just say a few words of welcome, because it's probably one of the most exciting things we've ever seen to have all of you guys here in one room. And so we kind of wanted to let you know from our perspective how all this fits with what we've been doing. The biggest thing though is just it's incredibly exciting to have everybody here. I feel like we should celebrate one more time with a round of applause. You guys are here today. You have driven from near and far, you have flown, you've seen people walk, bike, people are staying in one another's homes here. You guys we're feeding each other, we're learning from each other. So, I mean, already to me, this is just an incredible victory and a tremendous success, and this is the type of world I think we're all trying to build. So, once again, thank you guys for investing everything you have just to be here, and we're very, very happy. I wanted to share just a few little reflections I had. Steph and I actually were just in South Africa, and on the way back, somehow I ended up over icebergs, flying from London to here. You know, I saw all this ice down from the plane, started thinking about icebergs and the proverbial tip of the iceberg idea. The whole idea that you have this one little thing that's visible, and then there's all the rest of it that's not visible. And I thought of how many things that apply to. I mean, something like youth violence or crime. When we see this one horrendous act, you know there's an emotional tip of the iceberg. There's so much more that was happening before that poked up. And I was thinking even of this book I read about CIA interventions, about how when there's an assassination when the CIA decides to assassinate or to overthrow an elected leader, that's their very last resort. They've already tried all these other covert methods of disrupting those countries. So on the sort of paranoid side of things, every little CIA intervention is the tip of a larger iceberg of things. But on the positive side of things, something like Obama, who's just this figurehead, right? And Flobots.org does not endorse people, and I think it's very important to keep critical distance from all candidates. But I don't think anyone can deny that there wasn't a lot of excitement this year generated, and that this figurehead of Obama represented so much more. All these people who organized in their communities, all these people around the world that believed that this is not who we are as Americans, we're something different. And I felt like when he was elected, that iceberg suddenly emerged, the silent majority, this kind of sleeping giant of all of us that were not for the Iraq War, did not want to see this country become dominated by fear-mongering. That iceberg poked up a little bit. And then I thought about us as a band. That here we are, 6 people in a band, and we go up on stage, and more our life is the routine of touring. And less are we able to do things like be in classrooms or be even in places like this. We have to be the tip of an iceberg. We can't just be this little thing of ice floating around. We have to be this iceberg that is connected and grounded to all of you. And so a lot of times on tour, people will say, thank you for inspiring us, but it really is, we need to thank you for inspiring us, because you guys are on the ground doing a lot of this work. You're in touch with the communities in a way that we can't be when we're just coming through for one day. So that iceberg is, I think, very important in how we see ourselves and how we see our relationship with y'all. And then finally, this conference is another tip of an iceberg. Every person here I know is in communication with several people probably at home who wanted to come but couldn't. Or people who maybe next week will find out from you about this conference. Some of you guys might be the one person from your area, and you might be thinking, this is great, I have all this community here now, but what happens when I go back? Well, you're going to be connecting with other folks. So I want us to urge us all to think of ourselves as the tip of this iceberg, and also as kind of parts of this larger whole. And in that sense, when we're participating in the conference, we maybe at some points we're on stage, we're highly visible in that way, but really, we're learning from you guys the same way that we hope we can provide some information for y'all. And so I want to just urge us all to see ourselves as all of us are parts of this whole, and our music is the way we contribute, but everyone's contributing in a different way. And so, just some reflective thoughts there. I wanted to welcome you guys all here, and everybody's just going to say a few words to kind of welcome you guys here.
Yeah, to echo Jamie's sentiments, thank you very much for being here. I remember a couple of years ago, when the idea first came about starting a nonprofit. I thought it was pretty bold. I'm like, that's a pretty bold idea, and I just, to see it come to fruition and to see the people in this room, show up for this conference, it just really is, to me, the band, it's a I just want to thank you for your time and your effort and everything you've done in your communities and for being here today. Thank you.
Yeah, 2 years ago we did kind of dream this thing up, and a few of us started working on it part-time. Jamie and Steph were really kind of focused on working on the program elements of it. I was kind of trying, I had this financial background, I was kind of trying to start thinking about how we were going to put this organization together. And now we actually have people that know how to do that for real. Fantastic. And yeah, being in the band is fun, and we get to do a lot of cool stuff, but life on the road is really strenuous, and it's a part of this whole deal that I don't think we even realize just how strenuous it would be. And you guys in this organization really give the band a sense of purpose, and so I think when we wake up and sometimes we're missing our families and we're missing being away from home, I know this organization is either in the back of our minds or even in the forefront of our minds, and really keeps us going out there. So thank you.
Jesse pretty much said it. I think it's been so amazing to go to all these different places and to see all of you guys and meet all of you guys, and then to have you here in our hometown is really, really super exciting. And to have our founding Colorado Street team members here is really exciting. I think you guys have done so much to help get this thing off the ground, and I just hope that you guys have a good time and that you'll talk to us and use us as resources, and hopefully just have a lot of fun. And I'm so happy to see you all. Welcome to Colorado.
I am overwhelmed to be here among you. All these people who've done so much, sacrificed so much, given your time. It's the holidays, and we are honored that you've chosen to spend this time with us. Today, in the process of the conversation, the idea of symbols came up, and we talked about what our old logo used to be, and our new logo, and why the change. And I just want to talk about that for a second. The symbol used to be an upside-down flag of America in distress, because we were trying to call attention to the fact that we were in trouble. And the question was asked, like, well, why did it change? And the reason is, it's one thing to say, we need help. But the answer, the resources, the people who are going to solve that problem might be the people who are saying we need help. So we took that flag and we put it on the people, because they are the ones who are going to solve the problems. You are the ones who have come together and with your ideas and your resources are going to make the change. And it's just been so amazing to see what things have happened, and knowing that almost all of it has happened because of the hard work of the people who are here, the people in your own communities, and the work that you're going to be doing later on is just, it's more than a dream come true. When we talked about it years ago, we never imagined that it could be like this. And seeing the people that are here now, we can't even imagine what it's going to be like later. And so, thank you all for giving so much.
Yeah. You may know that there's another band member, Andy. He is at the dentist right now, which, believe me, he would rather be here. But he's going to come by later this afternoon, and so you guys will get a chance to talk to him some too. We'll be in and out of the actual events at the conference. There's some that we're leading, there's some that we're going to come participate in. You'll see us at the show if you're there. So we'll be around. And we also are going to stay around right now to sign things if people want to get any of the Fight with Tools merch. But anyway, just wanted to thank everybody, especially all the street team members here that are making this conference happen. Seth and Shannon and Elena and everyone and Carol and the board and everybody who's helped us happen. We just want to thank